Hey, what is up, everyone? I hope you're having a fan-freaking-tastic day. Happy Labor Day. If anyone actually really supports this day by doing anything other than staying home and drinking or doing chores that they, are behind on or, whatever. Hope you're having a fantastic freaking day. Welcome to the adventure. My name is Zach Pieper. So, if you're on Twitter, God be with you, but also judge orders halt to DOJ review of documents seized from Trump. This has been making the rounds on Twitter. That's where I first encountered it. I actually just encountered it from this guy, Kyle Cheney. He is apparently a law buff, so you might want to go check him out on Twitter if you are someone who tweedles the twiddles. But this story is developing, and we don't have all the information yet, but we know that a judge has halted the review of these documents, as it says in the headline here. And there's a few important details that I think the common man might be interested in and that we should all be aware of. And also, I don't want people to get too far ahead of themselves. Like, this is a win, but it's not a slam dunk yet. We haven't, this is a good move in the right direction, but where the issue is ongoing. So don't count your chickens yet. So let's get into this. A federal judge on Monday ordered a halt to the Justice Department's review of materials seized from former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, describing a threat to institutions and the risk of media leaks that could cause harm to Trump. So, we know that's a fact because of the Supreme Court leak and how that still has not been investigated or a party prosecuted. That is a permanent black mark on the institution of the Supreme Court. And we know something like that is perfectly possible with this situation. Now, further down in the article, I'm not going to be like a lot of people who do this kind of content and just read the whole damn article to you. I'm just going to summarize to you. Listen, we can all agree that reading this whole thing to you is a little verbose, okay? So basically, they go on to summarize that a lot of the stuff that was seized from Trump is personal documents, medical documents, tax documents, things that have personal privilege, attorney-client privilege, medical privilege, and just basic protections under the 14th fucking amendment, because that still is officially on the books, even if Biden doesn't want to respect it. The judge, now here's what I found interesting. If you read through this article, you can see a few places where the judge specifically cites legal issues with what the DOJ is trying to do to Trump. She is dubious of the process they're using. This paragraph is talking about how the filter team that was supposed to make sure there weren't any privileged documents in what was seized completely failed. The DOJ is trying to say, well, actually, the fact that these documents were eventually found is showing that the process works. And the judge is going, no, it's showing that the people who reviewed you guys are competent. It demonstrates your incompetency. So basically, the judge is giving them the middle finger on that one, which I gotta love. And then, where was it? There was something that was particularly interesting to me. Cannon, a Trump appointee who was confirmed a week after Trump's defeat in the 2020 election, gave the Justice Department and Trump's lawyers until September 9th to submit a joint filing to propose a list of special master candidates and outlining their duties and limitations. In the meantime, Cannon ruled that the documents would not be returned to Trump. So, the DOJ gets to hang on to everything they seized, and the deadline for getting a special master appointed, so that's someone who's going to, like a third party to help review and manage this whole thing and make sure everything's on the up and up. We have until the 9th to submit that and get that underway. So I find that expedient deadline both interesting, and I think that's a good thing. I don't think this should be sandbagged at all. And I can't think of anything else in here that you really need to know other than the judge really asserting that Trump is the victim here. in very legal speak, but that's basically the long and short of this judge's ruling, is that the government is overstepping. Trump likely has presidential executive privilege over a lot of these documents, and his privilege is obviously being abused, even though he's not asserting it, which that's his decision. Trump is a more strategic mind in this stuff than I am, so I'm sure there's a reason for that. And I do want to note, this is of particularly interest to me, and this is something, if you find yourself arguing with a liberal, mention this to them, that Trump did not even try to fight the seizure of these documents in court. He has not, been sandbagging efforts to look these things over. He let them walk right into the estate, and he was previously cooperating before the raid. So the notion that Trump is trying to evade justice or fight the system is just preposterous. It's the exact opposite of what is true, so don't let them gaslight you on that. Trump is being more than cooperative, in my opinion. So I think that's very indicative of the root of the issue. As you can see up here, this article comes from the Politico. I'm sure you can find the same article from a few other people. I recommend you read up on it. But if you want to just come here and get the summary from me, that's obviously fine by me. I'm going to do at least one or two more of these today, but I got a life. I got to do some other stuff too. But I'll get a few more stories out today because, things are happening. We want to keep track of them. If you want to support me, all the links are down in the description. It would mean a lot, but I know these times are hard. So have a good one. And in the meantime, welcome to the adventure.